Hello, Fiona Whitten from Oakville Crafts here, and hope you're having a good day. I've just popped along today to share with you the 2022 to 2024 new ink colours. For those of you not familiar with Stampin' Up! Ink colours, there are 5 new colours brought out each year. At the same time that they come out, then there's a set that retires. So each set is there for 2 years, hence this is called the 22 to 24 in colours. And sadly, the set that will be retiring this year is the 2020 to 2022 in colours. So, which are still available. They are on the retirement list, so you can still get hold of quite a bit of cardstock and designer series paper and all sorts of bits and pieces, and you'll find those on the retirement list. So these colours will be available from the 3rd of May, which is when the new annual catalogue goes live. So what I'm giving you now is kind of a sneak peek. I have already shared the colours, but these are them now in my little hands. So I guess I'm going to get to play with them today in front of you. So let me introduce you to, so we have Tahitian Tide, which is, that's a blue, turquoisey colour. And the thing is, you see these online and stuff like that, and you see them in the catalogue, and it's not until you actually get hold of them that you can see the true colours. So this is a very pretty turquoisey blue. We have Orchid Oasis, which is more of a purpley blue. So it's more on the purple side than it is on the blue side. So we have that one. We have Starry Sky, which on first inspection you think, oh, this is a bit like Night of Navy, but actually it's not. And what I have done and what I will be putting up is I've produced a chart comparing all of these. I haven't printed it out because it's a bit ink hungry and I don't have any colour ink at the moment. So I've not done that, but I will put that up on my blog and on the Facebook page before the colours go live, so you can actually see where it all fits in. So that's your Starry Sky. We have a Sweet Sorbet. Again, I thought this is going to be a bit like Poppy Parade, but it's not. It's slightly pinker. So we have that, and then we also have Parakeet Party, which I know not everybody likes greens, but I do like this one, and I'm a big fan of greens. I don't really have any particular colours that I do not like, so I'm really happy with these. They're lovely. They're sunny, bright colours. They will be a great addition to your crafting supplies. And then, of course, the one thing that Stampin' Up! Is good for is the fact that as well as there being ink pads, there are other products in the same colours. So let's put these to one side for a second. There are also Stampin' Right markers. So we have all 5 colours. They come in a pack of 5. So we have those. We also have the cardstock, of course. Now, for us in the UK, of course, you would want the A4 size, but there's also 12 by 12s, and they come in mixed packs. And this is the cardstock that I've cut them up so that all of these would just make a card base. So as you can see, we've got the ink, the pen. We also have Stampin' blends, and they come as light, I should say light, that's the light one, and dark. So they're great for colouring. Stampin' Right markers, they're good for colouring small images. The blends are much better for larger images because the blends are actually alcohol markers. So you'll find that if you're trying to colour a large area with a Stampin' Right marker, then you will see lines and things on your project, whereas the whole idea of the blends is that because they're the alcohol, the colours will actually blend in together and you won't get any streaks, which is really, really nice. And I have already made, she says as she whizzes these by, so there's a pack of Designer Series paper. It's a 6x6, which is designed to go with a stamp set. And I've chopped it up, and as you can see, I've put a base of the Sweet Sorbet, and then I've put a selection of the papers. And then this is a new stamp set called Cup of Tea, and there are coordinating dies. So I've used that, and then I've actually used the markers on here because it's just a small area. And I actually stamped that on the shimmery white paper. I don't know if you can see, but there's a bit of a sparkle to it. I'm not going to go into these paper, but I just wanted to show you how it all coordinates together. So those will be up soon. And then, of course, there is also the 6x6 packs of paper that coordinate with the in colours. So where's the Sweet Sorbet? They are at the bottom there. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. So there's 40 sheets, 6x6, and there are 2 different designs. So this is one, so you have the little flowers on one side, and then on the other side you have these chevron-y stripes. And then you also have polka dots, and then you'll have some plaid or plaid, depending on where you're coming from. So you'll have that in all of the 5 colours. Oh dear, excuse me. So that was the Sweet Sorbet. Here's the Starry Sky. So you find that some of them, the background is lighter, so you can actually see it a bit more. That's the Starry Sky. And then we have the Parakeet Party. Don't need that one. So again, oops, there we go. So we've got the flowers, the stripes, the polka dots, and the plaid. Or tartan. I guess it's not really tartan because it's just one colour, but it's a tartan pattern. And then we've got Orchid Oasis. Like so. And we also have the Tahitian Tide. So I haven't quite worked out yet which is my favourite. I was sort of lending towards the Starry Sky, but actually now I can't make up my mind between the Parakeet Party and this one. So watch this space. So we have those, in addition to the paper, the blends, the markers, the ink pad, the cardstock. There's also going to be, there's some ribbon, which I don't have. There's glimmer paper, and I want to say, there is something else. Oh, baker's twine. So it's white with a thread of these colours going through it. And then, excuse me, of course, when you get your ink pads, the one thing you mustn't forget to do is to get your your ink refills as well. I didn't get them this time around, but I need to make sure that I have them on my list for a future purchase. So those are the in colours, and I'm guessing you kind of want to see them in action. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make a simple card. So I'm going to have a just a thick basic white card base, and I'm going to use this new stamp set. So it's called Sending Smiles. There are some coordinating dies, but I'm not going to use those today because I just simply want to make a card using these images and sentiments. So the dies will cut out various portions, and then there's also one for sending. So there's a background, and then there's also one for this particular bit as well. So you can layer up your colours. But as I said, I'm not going to go into that today. I just really want to show you. Oh, look, I've even written in here. So we've got the Sending Smile stamp set, the Sending dies, and then of course you can get those as a bundle and save yourself the 10%. So for those of you not familiar with the photopolymer, they come between, the new stamp sets come between two clear pieces of acetate. Actually the old sets used to, but this is a new edition for the last couple of years. So you can actually peel them off here and just put them here on the back, so that you then know whether you're missing something. That's the easiest way to explain it. So I am going to use, let's see now. Now I want to use, I'm hoping that this is going to work because I don't have that many blocks here at the moment. Oops, so you need to peel, I was going to say peel them off carefully, but I'm making a bit of a pig's ear of it. So you'd need to peel them off carefully. Now I've found, certainly with these ones, because, let me move it up a bit, you can bend them slightly, and you don't really want a bent sentiment. So if you just place them down, let them relax for a couple of seconds, and then pick it up with your block rather than trying to do it the other way round. Now my G's gone off, which is no good. Let's see, do I have a bigger block? Try again. Should just about fit, I think. Get the G on. Yep, it's a bit wonky, but it's on. And it's clear so I can see where I'll be stamping, so that's not so bad. Right, so I'm going to do that, and then I am going to, let's see, I'm going to use, just to take that off completely. Excuse the noise, I should have done this before, but hey. I'm going to use this stem. And let's see, to make sure I've got the right flower. And it's that one, not the big one. Right, so I'm going to just stick with that for the moment, and then I want to send a thing. I'm going to use a note of thanks as my other part of the sentiment. So the nice thing about this stamp set is you can make up sentiments. I think someone said that the most they've managed to get out of the sending and these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is 18 different variations. Now I went and did that wrong because I actually put that one directly onto the block. So I'm just going to do it that way. There we go. Right, now these are photopolymer, which means that they need to have a little bit of give when you come to stamping. If you're used to using the red rubber, then you'll know that they have foam on. So it's always a good idea if you're using the photopolymer to actually stamp on a surface which is just has a little bit of give with it. So I'm actually using my Stampin' Pierce mat, as you can see from the fact there's lots of holes in it. So that's what I'm going to use. Now, normally I would say, because I use lots of dies and things like that, I don't tend to worry too much about where I'm going to put sentiments. But because I am actually going to put sentiments on this, I'm actually going to stamp those first. So I'm going to have my sending, and I'm going to have a note of thanks on here. And let's see, now what colour should I do? I think I am going to use Starry Sky. Now, the first time you use photopolymer stamp set, you will find that you may need to like ink it up very carefully, and it may not at first actually stamp very well. So I'm just going to do oh, you know what, I'm just going to go for it, what the heck. So I'm going to have my sending at the bottom, but not too far down. I'm hoping that that is straight, seeing as my stamp is on a wonk on the block. There we go. Let's see, how is that? It's a bit off, but hey. And I'm going to use the note of thanks. Now you can tuck this in, or you could do it in a different colour. I'm just going to tuck it in here. Like that. So that's my first colour. I think I'm only going to get away with 3 colours on here, but we'll see. And then I'm going to use the Parakeet Party for the flower. So let me just see, make sure I can get this on here, because it's actually quite a big flower head. So I'm going to kind of want it to go off to the side rather than straight up. Right, let's go for it. Sometimes you'll notice that there's some bubbles on your image, and that will quite often happen when you have a solid image like this. But when you stamp it, it should be, famous last words. Okay, so let's go for it and see what happens. It's a little bit bubbly. I think I've probably got there's a lot of ink on the ink pad. And then I'm going to stamp my flower. Now, because it's photopolymer, you can actually put your flowers and stamps exactly where you want to. So I'm going to go and I'm going to use the Sweet Sorbet, she says as she's now found it. So I'm sorry, I can't see any comments today. I do have my laptop on, but internet here at the moment is just not playing ball. But hey. So there's that. I think we've got space here for another flower. Now, let's see. Which one do I want? I think I'm going to use this one here, and that's going to go here. So again, I'm going to use take something off a block. So that's that one. That's that, and then I think we probably want something on the inside of those flowers And I probably need a different, I want a yellow, but I just realised I can't see one. So you know what, we're going to go a little bit different. And I'm going to use the green again. So on here, you'll find that there are these little bits here, like this one and this one, are your bits to go on the inside. There's all sorts of things that you can on here that you can use to make up the actual flowers. See, let's take that one off. You'll find that the sweet sorbet will make your stamps go red. Don't worry, it doesn't actually affect how they stamp, so that's not an issue. Now, I think I'm going to, actually I'm not going to go sweet sorbet. I was going to go green, but I'm not. I'm going to actually use the Starry Sky again, but this time I'm going to stamp off like that, so that this is a paler colour, paler shade I should say, and then put that on the centre here. So if you've got any questions, please ask, leave a comment, and I will reply, I promise. And then this one's going to go in here like so. So there we have just a simple one layer card using 3 of the in colours, and then obviously you can mix and match, change these out. I could have made the note of thanks the orchid, so I could have done that as the Orchid Oasis, and basically you just play so that you have a combination that you like. And this is simple because there's no die cutting involved. You've just done some simple stamping. And of course you can also stamp on the inside. Now what did I do with that? So I'm going to do another one, and I'm going to do a different colour. I'm still going to use the Parakeet Party though for the green, for the leaves and things. So I'm going to put that here like that. Okay, so it's kind of gone into the middle of what you'd normally use as your to write, but that's, hey, it's a handmade card. You can do what you like with it. Now I need to clean off those, so I've got my Simply Chamois, my well-loved, well-used Simply Chamois. I'm going to change off the insides as well, clean those. Just be careful when you do clean them that certainly these little ones, that if you don't pull them too hard, because sometimes if they've not fixed on properly, then they will just kind of come off and pop somewhere, and you will be trying to find them forever and a day. So that's that. And I'll clean the rest in a minute, so put that on there, out the way. So this time I'm going to go with a, what should we go? Let's do an Orchid Oasis and Tahitian Tide combination. So let's go Oasis, Orchid Oasis for the flowers. Like so, and then the other one is here. Just what I usually do is I usually have a big block in front of me, and I use that then to put all the stamps on that I have been using. So I want to make sure which way I'm going with this. And I'm going to go like that. And then the inside, as I said, I'm going to use Tahitian Tide. I'm not going to stamp off this time. I'm just going to go for it, just so that you can see the actual colour. So it's quite a bright turquoise. Don't really want to use that block because it's a little bit too big. I try and keep to blocks that are not too big in comparison to the actual stamp. Whoops, simply because you have a habit of doing that. If you drop it or you get ink on the edges, you don't want to be transferring it to your card. So if you have a small enough block that's just big enough for the actual stamp, you've got less chance of getting ink everywhere. Actually, if I turn this around, I'll make it a lot easier. And that's the inside for that one. So there you go. This is all the in colours now that I've used on this card. So we have a sentiment made up of 2 different stamps. So we have the sending and a note of thanks, which is in the Starry Sky in colour. We have the stem here, which is in the Parakeet Party. The flower is in the Sweet Sorbet. The flower centres on this particular one are the Starry Sky that's been stamped off onto a scrap piece of paper, or in my case onto the grid paper. So it's just a lighter shade of this colour. And then on the inside, could have done this actually on the envelope and then I wouldn't, but you can still write around that. I've again used the Parakeet Party, and then the flowers themselves are in the Orchid Oasis, and then the centres are in the Tahitian Tide. So that is the 2022-2024 in colours. We'll be using this stamp set and inks and stuff probably for one of the make and takes. I'm still kind of designing those at the moment. So I have an open house on the 14th of May, which is going to be my catalogue launch. So if you're in the UK, then and you're local to me, I live in Wokingham in Berkshire, then please pop along. That I'll be putting details up on my blog, so you can let me know in advance if you're coming. If you come on the day, then it shouldn't be a problem. It'll be I'll be there from 10 till 1, and the last person can come in at 12:30 because I do need to prepare for something else in the afternoon. Okay, so thank you for watching. This will get posted up on Facebook, and then of course I will also put it up on YouTube too. I was going to say for those of you who can't see on Facebook, but seeing as I'm talking to you on Facebook, then obviously you guys can. And don't forget, the retirement list is still there. Things are available until the 2nd of May, and they are running out. So especially if you want anything to do with the in colours, then you really do need to grab them, because once they're gone, they're gone. And you don't want to be, certainly the ink refills, you don't want to be running out. Once you've got your ink pad and a refill, then you're good to go for years, because you can just simply keep refilling, re-inking your ink pad. And so that is it for me, and next week it's a card and a cuppa. So that will be over at Home Grange at 10 with Linda, Carol and Trisha. Sorry, Trisha. My mind went a complete blank then. So yeah, Linda, Carol and Trisha. And then I will be live here at 2:30 doing the virtual card and the cuppa. So I'll be sharing the 3 cards from the morning and making a 4th live. So I hope to see you there again. If you want anything or need anything, then, and you don't have a UK demonstrator, then I would love to help you. If you would like a complimentary copy of the Stampin' Up catalogue, and again don't have a UK demonstrator, then I'm more than happy to send you a copy. And the links will be going up for that in a little while. Okay, thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.